Hello there, fellow summoners. MadDogHT here, and I got a whole Alliance War video for you today. Something a little bit different that I do normally. Big shout out to LC for this new track, End of Time. I really enjoy it. Really fresh and just groovy for the new year. First, we're going up into this first fight on Path 1. This is Node 4. It has the Arc Overload and the Vigorous Assault. This fight can be kind of annoying sometimes. It's not too difficult, but just really got to pay attention or get rid of that regen. And this was my fight to build up Guillotine 2099. This is my rank 3, and she was brought into this war for one purpose, and that was to destroy the boss. And so I needed her to get ramped up to that 100 combo, and this seemed to be a solid fight to do it. Now I fought Sabretooth a ton of times in AQ on map 6, so I'm super familiar with his AI and how he throws his special one, just like super easy when you back off. And so I'm just really trying to keep an eye on his the overload timer. Make sure I'm not parrying or trying to block when he's got that regen. His passive regens have no impact on this node for being fully unblockable. And yeah, so we hit him with an SB2. We do a little bit of heal reversal, nothing too crazy because Guillotine 2099's heal reversal isn't very potent, but it does block healing and reverse it just a little bit. And basically we're just gonna try to keep hammering away at this guy and make sure that we work around that regen. And I felt like at this point I could have, if I thrown another L2, I didn't think I was gonna make it back. So you really got to kind of judge how much power you're going to gain. And yeah, so now I'm just redlining it. I need to end with an L3 with him 5% or less for the guaranteed kill. You can, go farther up on the health bar than that, but for me, I'm never quite certain, like, is it going to be 8%, 12%? Like, how much is the L3 going to do? I know the L3 does a lot of damage, but for war, I'm just trying to be super safe. And we get him down to 3%. No hits taken, a little bit of block damage, 98%. Not too bad. Take him down. And Guillotine 29 is all ready for the boss fight. So that went really well. Won't have to use any health potions to heal her up or anything. And then this next up on this node 13, it's got the Masochism and Indomitables, can't reverse the healing. We have a Mojo. He's not a stubborn defender, so that's nice. I really didn't need a Human Torch Flame On later on in the war, so I apply it, I back out, I make sure that it gets applied because I've had trouble myself and some of my teammates in my BG1 that the pre-fight abilities from like Torch, Stealth Spidey, Mr. Fantastic, Magneto, Storm Pyramid X, they apply them and then they actually don't activate. So that's one of the things that I do is I back out and I make sure that that little pre-fight badge is applied. And basically I'm just going to be trying to double parry here. Make sure that I take off that stun from Masochism, trigger the Masochism, and then be able to stun on the second parry. And I'm trying to work around his timer. He got the hit into the block, so I'm trying to avoid that. Finally get at the end, but man, I am boosted, but this guy is no match for a pre-fight Torch. I mean, Mystic and Flame On boosted, that dude melted. 20 hits. I didn't take hardly any damage whatsoever. Which is really nice. And then here's one of my favorite fights of war generally, just because it's so fun, because Thing pretty much can't be killed on this node, and I love fighting with Thing. He's a great champ. This is the Strike Counter Fury, so you have to mix up your combo, and typically we will have the Power Focus 1 node up, which just makes this guy or any of the champions basically not be able to hit L3, and they're pretty much stuck on L1 the whole fight. And my strategy is really simple for this fight is don't throw any specials, forget about the Strike Counter Fury, let those Furies get crazy high, they cap out at 99. And you'll see I haven't hit it yet, but this next hit, yeah, the next hit I had 12 of those Furies up. They're too strong to where they trigger protection on Thing. And so look, every parry block, I'm taking 1 health point damage. And so basically I'm just keeping my eye on the Primal Fury, make sure that that doesn't get activated. I mean, you can take some damage, you know, but with those parries, you're pretty much triggering 1 health point damage off. And so I'm slowly healing back from my recovery mastery salve or whatever. And yeah, I've taken 2% health so far. I don't think I'll take much more than that. And then with the Human Torch synergy, every parry, you don't have to wait. It just banks those 5 rock stacks into Fury, so you build up to 60 really fast. And here comes a Primal Fury. Gonna let this roll out and then go back hammering on them. And then again, you know, I probably could have thrown an L3 much sooner than what I did. But a lot of times I'm just like, want to make sure I'm 100%, because you don't want to lose all your rock stacks, because then you can take some more damage. But yeah, I mean, basically Thing is like fully protected from pretty much dying. So there we go. Thing beats down the champion in a little over 100 hits. Really simple, straightforward fight. And then we're going to go into this Mysterio fight, which is node 22. Now this has the power snack, and it has Outlast, and then the backup recovery. Now Thing is typically my go-to here, just because he cannot be nullified. Therefore, power snack is thrown out the window. Don't have to worry about it. Basically, you're just working around that backup recovery. Make sure that they don't get to L3 when they hit 50% health. Kind of manage that power bar. And for this one, I went in and I put on some science boost, just because I like to try to push Mysterio as much as possible to his L2. And one of the tactics that I use for doing that is I'll kind of hammer into him and then do a hard block, bait out his heavy like that, keep going. And that one I actually got tagged on, which I was like, oh, I just got hit. Didn't take too much damage. And luckily this Mysterio is not awakened, so he's not getting any of his chemical gas charges from his ability, and he's not going to get any from any mediums that he's going to hit me with. At least that's the plan. And then basically I'm going to build up to my 20 rock stacks. I'm going to push him over L1. I'm going to hit him with an L2, stun him, and then push him to his L2 and kind of just rinse and repeat. And this is going to make it to where I don't have to worry about his reflection. I am going to get some willpower healing on that power drain debuff that he puts on his L2, which is just fine and dandy. And so I got some power back, and then kind of the same thing. I'm back at 20 rock stacks. I'm going to hammer into him with a combo, throw my special 2 with the 20 rock stacks, and then push him over L2. And then here I was just like right around 50%. I wanted to make sure I didn't hit him while he had 2 bars of power, and like push him over the backup recovery and parry him. I do have max petrify on, so when he's stunned he's going to get less power gain. And then we're just going to try to push him back up to L2 again and get him there. We get some willpower healing from the power drain debuff again. It's just rinse and repeat. I'm pretty certain I don't ever get him to throw an L1 in this fight, which is really, really nice, because then you don't have to like dance around and worry about you know, hitting him and then taking a bunch of damage back. And yeah, so now we're gonna hit him with another L2. No, we got tagged there again. So we lost some health here, which is not ideal, because I have a bunch more Thing fights, and so I think I will end up using a health potion or 2 this war. It was a really solid war for me. I did use some big boosts, but we're trying to kind of push a little bit, and you know, trying to get some points to stay in Platinum 1, have a potential shot at Masters this season, which we've never done. And yeah, so there we go. We take out Mysterio, and yeah, I think it's just awesome for that fight. So here I throw in 1 health pot to Thing, and then we throw on some boosts, and we're gonna take on this Warlock. And I haven't seen a Warlock here in a while, and I forgot. Like, I went into this fight thinking, okay, I got this, and then like right when I started, I remember I'm like, oh, if I get any buffs, his power drain mechanic is going to kick in when the buff falls off from Burden of Might. And it's going to drain my power and therefore do a degen because this guy's awakened. EMP doesn't matter because this thing is shock immune. And so I was like, oh, I need to manage that. Basically, I need to block as much as possible on all of the special 1 stuff, which you can normally just fully evade. I'm gonna block because I don't want to get the dexterity. And there I messed. This is the first thing I messed up, and this is kind of where I was like, oh, I forgot. I got the unblockable because I had 15 plus rock stacks, and that triggered that buff, and then I got drained because of that. And yeah, so and then there I dexed too late, triggered the precision crit buff, and here I was going in heavy, and I thought I could get 1 more, and I got parried. Luckily I had protection. It mitigated some of the damage, but I had some buffs up, and so I'm gonna get degened. I got power drain from his L1, and there again I needed to cut my combos sooner because I got that crit buff again, and I think I do it 1 more time, and I'm gonna get degened from that. So here, this one was okay. I blocked everything, although I wasn't parrying it, so it didn't minimize all the damage that I could have been taking. And so here I'm just trying to back up, get a couple hits under the parry, back up, parry. Usually when you do like a 3-4 hit combo and you back up, they tend to not throw their special, and they just kind of rush back in, and then we go and finish this dude off with an L3. So I did take off. He got me for what, about 30-40% of my health, and mainly it was because of the Burden of Might doing the power drain degen on me. So it's kind of a good placement. You can use like Quake because Warlock isn't a stubborn defender. But yeah, thing is usually on my team. He's my go-to guy. And so now we're heading up to this Magneto, Vigor Indomitable on note 30. And this is like an easy fight. This is going to go super fast. Magneto does energy attacks, so it's going to build up tons of smolder. I'm boosted. Nothing crazy. But you'll see like smolder gets built up, temperature stays high, and I'm just going to be doing a lot of medium, light, mediums, putting on a whole bunch of debuffs. I'm going to get to Nova Flame, Flame on, and give him a bunch of those. And I'm like, come on, throw your special, dude. And he's got 10, 9, starting to fall off, 6, 5. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get any power stings from that. I did get like, what, 1 or 2. Nothing too crazy. He throws a special. I'm at special 2. We hit him, stun him, and he is dead. Just lights out, super fast. Love Torch. Torch is a monster. Tons of damage. 29 hits. Magneto goes down. So then we're going into this Iron Man Infinity War fight. I'm still boosted with the attack and the health and attack boost. I checked beforehand. This is note 40 with the Buffet and Lionheart. Yeah, right there I check, and this guy didn't have suicides on, so I didn't have to worry about like the poison giving me a bunch of degen damage at the very beginning. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take this fight as is, 47% health. Probably not recommended, but like I'm so confident fighting Iron Man Infinity War. He's such an easy defender, at least for me. Fought him a million times, and Thing is immune to Buffet because he can't be nullified, so I don't have to worry about any regen whatsoever, which is super nice. That's why Thing is such an awesome alternative to your typical like heal blockers like Warlock, or if you throw on Human Torch. And usually I've been throwing on Human Torch on this fight with like his Flame On pre-fight ability. But yeah, Iron Man Infinity War, he is not a stubborn defender, so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, we're going to end this fight with a little bit of block damage taken, but I don't think I take any hits. And we're going to get some big L2 off here, I think, in just a second. And yeah, this is just pretty much a standard normal Iron Man Infinity War fight. We're at 41 Furies. I think I get a double parry. Boom. Yeah, 11k, 10k. Unfortunately, the end of that didn't crit. They're off a whole bunch of heavies. We're at the 60 max Furies now. So doing like, it's like 6-7k extra attack damage, which is pretty significant. And then I'm just going to do some heavies here. I'm kind of getting close to that 15%. I don't want him to auto block me. And we're going to let out, let these armors wear off. He's going to throw one more L1. And then I think I just hit him with like another heavy or whatnot, and he dies. Yeah, thing is really, really solid. I don't know, I hit him with an L2. He was dead. So I lost 9% health, 47 to 38%. And then we're going to stroll up, and there's a Guardian rank 3 on this buffet node. I wait till the morning and coordinated with my group to get all of the mini bosses and stuff down. And we're going to go in to this fight, and I think I ended up putting on 2 health potions, and then I boosted all those boosts, and it's mainly because I'm taking on this fight plus 3 others, which includes the boss. Now, this one has the armor node where if they have an armor up and you crit, it basically consumes it, and you do no damage, and which is perfectly fine, because normally I'm not going to be able to take off his armor. I do get smacked there in that first L1. Normally you wouldn't be able to take off the armor, and if you can't take off his armor and you try to special, he's going to auto block that crap. So it's kind of nice that I can actually take off the armor just from the node, and then I can still work around the strike counter to mix up my attacks to where I don't get those power drains, those suppression power drains. And so far so good. I haven't had any of those apply, so I'm still getting damage. I'm able to throw off some L1s because he didn't have his armor up. And yeah, we're just kind of mixing it up. I'm at the max 660 Furies. Parry blocking some of that. Normally I can just dex this stuff. I think that getting hit by that first L1, it kind of freaked me out. I'm like, I can't die to this guy. But yeah, so there was my first suppression, and I knew I couldn't throw a special because his armor hadn't came off yet. So we did get a crit though, and then it came off, and I was able to throw it. But you can see, like, I do have the Human Torch synergy where I'm doing an Incinerate on the L1. And I think his willpower heal is more, no, 177 to 97. So no, I'm doing some damage, but he goes down. So we did take a little bit of damage from that first L1 and a little bit of chip damage, but nothing big. And originally my partner there, Doomslug, he was actually, I had to say, hey, can you take this ManThing with your Claire? Because I'm not sure how healthy my thing will be. And I came in this fight, I'm like, I'm already like super boosted. And I kind of messaged him, I'm like, hey, I'm boosted, I'm just gonna go in and take this out. Don't worry about it. And I've done this ManThing fight a ton of times. Now, unless they have like max 5 out of 5 MD, maybe 4 out of 5 MD, it can be problematic. But basically my strategy for this fight is that I'm going to try to do shorter combos at the beginning, build up a lot of those destructibles, so that way towards the end of the fight, I'm going to parry this, towards the end of the fight when he gets the regen and he becomes fully unblockable, I can dex around. If I happen to trigger dex, it's just going to consume those destructibles, I'm still going to be able to do damage, and I can dex, counter, intercept him, and be going down. So we're getting close to that 50% mark. This guy does have suicides, which makes it even easier on this fight. Thank you very much, Mr. Superfix, for believing on suicides. We hit him with a big L2, combo him to the face, and we're back at L2 already, and we're gonna wait for this guy to throw his L2. He will be fully unblockable with that regen, but it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna smack him with my L2 and it's game over, lights out. Thing, I love Thing. He is a really good attacker. He's really fun to play, especially with that Human Torch synergy. So 43 hits and he's dead. Now we're going up against a Thing. This is Polka Dot Power, Stunning Reflection, node 53, and like, out of all of the defenders that can be put on this node, I prefer to fight against Thing. Human Torch just wrecks this fight. It's pretty easy, straightforward. Basically, I just bait out a heavy at the beginning, hit him with a medium, light, medium, knock off that stun shield, and then under the stuns, you get bigger damage. 200% damage, and so I do shorter combos, apply a bunch of incinerates. Now this guy is a stubborn defender, so he can go indestructible, but it's not that big of a deal. Medium, light, medium, we hit him back to L1, give him a few little love taps to say, hey, come on, just throw your special, buddy. He doesn't. There he finally does. I hit him with one hit with the destructible up, and now I knocked off that stun shield, parry him, knock off the indestructible, and then kind of just rinse and repeat. Now there, the stun timer was kind of getting a little tight, so I backed off instead of trying to stun him. But yeah, I mean, you can see this guy is melting. Granted, I am boosted. This is a rank 3 torch, but a rank 5 5-star, or a rank 2 2-star, 2-star 6-star can basically do the same thing. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And you just really got to keep an eye on those rock stacks. Kind of just play it slow, medium, light, medium. Throw as many incinerates as you can with the least amount of hits. And like right there, I stalled because I knew that stun timer was coming up, and made sure that I was ending my combo with a medium after it had came back up, so I could knock it off. And here I'm just kind of going to dance around a little bit. This guy's not throwing a special. There, he throws it. Hit him with one hit, back off. We had knocked off the stun timer. We hit an L3 with the stun active, so this is going to do quite a bit of damage, and it's going to trigger protection out of it, but it does a significant amount. It was 49 to 31%, so 18%. It was like 36k damage. Pretty good to be putting on Thing. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going at it. Whenever he gets that indestructible, basically one hit while the stun shield is down, stun him. Now he's back at 15 plus rock stacks. He got rid of his special early, so I kind of had to hit him to his block. Typically, you know, when you're in the middle of the playing field, he's pretty nice about just backing up and letting you hit into his block to get him over that 1 bar of power, which is really nice. And yeah, we're just about ready to take this dude down, and he's gone. 71 hits, no hits received, super clean takedown, pretty fast. I know that there's faster ways. I've seen like Tiger take that dude down, but Thing is my man. And then the main event, we're on the final node, boss node. This is fight number 11 for me. Guillotine was my first fight against Sabretooth. Ramped her up to that 100 combo. We got it banked, and we're ready to go in, destroy this guy. We're triple boosted, red, yellow, and green, and then we go and we throw on the tech boost just because I have them and they're there to be used. This is a rank 2 Apocalypse, and yeah, he's not too difficult. I'm not going to be dexing pretty much any of his specials. I still got work to do on getting that down. Got a nice little intercept there, but with me boosted and Guillotine, I didn't use any of my pre-fights, so I do have that regen available. And And with her charged up, as long as I don't lose my combo, the damage is going to be nuts and the fight's going to end pretty quick. We hit him with a big L2, ton of damage right there. And there I backed up too much to counter his heavy with my heavy. There we got one combo shield down. And yeah, I think this guy only gets off like 2 L2s the whole fight, I think. Maybe 3. I get him to where he doesn't throw any L1s, parry that first projectile, block the rest, get out of the way of his kick, and just go in and start smashing. Look at that energy damage. That is just nuts. 2600 a hit. We go smash him with another L2. And yeah, this guy is just going down, down, down. So he's throwing off 2 L2s. I'm trying to think if I counter this and drain him with an L1. And that's basically why I didn't use the pre-fights here. As I wanted the regen available. And then I wanted, if I needed to, oh no, he does throw 1 L1. If I needed to drain him because I needed to push him to L3 or whatever, I would get a clean, solid drain, which I did get. And we're at 72 hits, and I think we're just about done. Got a bunch of degens on him, and I think we finish him with an L1. Boom. Done. Apocalypse soloed. So 11 fights, 3 health pots used, boost used. And I got boost from like the Supreme solos and compensation and stuff. So it was a good war. We won. We're doing pretty well this season. We're 4-1. Got the MVP on that war. And we're in Platinum 1 right now, right in the middle. We're trying to work our way up to Masters. And I think we maybe be able to get there. It all depends on what kind of matchups we get. But there we go. Thanks for watching, fellas. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.